starting lineup first for Upper St. Clair. Senior midfielder wearing number 2, Ben McVeigh. Senior defender wearing number 15, AJ Cuddy. Senior defense wearing number 7, Max Fultner. In goal for St. Clair, senior Evan Jackback. Senior midfielder wearing number 11, Cyrus Khan. Sophomore forward wearing senior forward wearing number 10, Jack Myers. Senior midfielder wearing number 14, Abelardo Sabarzo. Senior defense wearing number 3, Liam Sazanecki. Senior forward wearing number 5, Nick Tanner. In goal for St. Clair, junior Dev Patel. Sophomore defense wearing number 23, Tyler Reimer. Upper St. Clair is coached by Uwe Schneider. And now let's bring on your Blue Devils. First, senior defense wearing number 14, Andy Court. Senior defense wearing number 21, Duncan Hauer. Senior forward wearing number 6, Eric Bosch. A senior forward wearing number 19, Joe Costello. A senior defense wearing number 26, Nick Estabrook. Senior midfielder wearing number 12, Zach Nellis. A senior forward wearing number 25, Nate Kirk. Senior forward wearing number 22, Shay Zeidler. A senior midfielder wearing number 17, Lately Slazeman. In goal for Mount Lebanon, junior A.D. Conway. A junior forward wearing number 4, Pudge Gabor. Mount Lebanon is coached by Aaron Panchik.
And there you have the lineups. This is a critical game for both of these teams. Both teams coming off a loss in section play. For Upper St. Clair, they stand at 2-1, but lost pretty badly actually at Peters last Tuesday night, 0-2. This same Mount Lebanon team also lost to Peters earlier this year by the score of 2-1, and they're still looking for their first win of the season. This is a new coach at the helm of the Blue Devils this year. Aaron Panchik takes over for Willie Pers, who was a longtime coach and chose to retire after a very successful season last year. For two teams that have been rivals for a very long time, you'd expect this rivalry to be much closer. But Upper St. Clair has taken 3 of the last 4 and 8 of the last 10 games in this series. Mount Lebanon looks like they're going to start a mostly senior lineup here. We'll find out if that has a lot to do with tonight being senior night or not. But we're getting ready for the action, and we'll see how we do. Right off the bat, there are a couple of changes in the Upper St. Clair lineup. Max Fultner has moved from outside back or from a wing back to an outside center back position, and Soham Shankar is now playing the 6th, the holding mid position. I think Coach Uwe was trying to get a little bit more size into the midfield and maybe a little bit more speed in one of those defensive back positions. Abelardo Sabarzo has also been moved a little bit outside, and we'll see how any other shakeups in the lineup as action goes along.
St. Clair's able to get the start they want, playing the long ball down the wing, get a throw in. We're already down below the box. Put some pressure on them right away. It's good to see. Long throw.
You know, Dave, it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust early here in the first part of this game. You know, when you come to Mount Lebanon Stadium, it's just a narrower field than everywhere else that they play in the section, and so it usually takes a few minutes for them to realize that they don't have as much field and space as they're used to whenever they get into these games.
It is always tighter. You can see in that throw-in, too, that ball got to the box, which we haven't been able to do this season.
These two teams played two great games last year. Both went to overtime and both ended on game-winning goals, golden goals at the end of each game. One on a header by Mount Lebanon at Upper St. Clair, and then another game-winning goal from about the 18-yard mark here by Ben Bakdai, and also in overtime. So these kids are, even though the series has been relatively one-sided over the last 5 years, you know, these games are competitive, and they've had a hard time,
And they know each other. They've obviously played a lot
absolutely,
growing up.
Dave. Yeah, Cyrus Connie has moved out here to this right wing back position. You know, that he had been the holding mid for the first 3 games, and now he's outside. We'll see if he's able to generate some offense by moving up and down the field a little bit more than we were getting previously.
Teams are feeling each other out here a little bit. Like you said, getting used to the narrow field, there just isn't a lot of time to play the ball.
Lines actually on the sidelines are hard to see. I mean, they've got this dark turf, and then you've got the yellow lines. It's kind of hard to figure out sort of where the field ends and where the track begins.
Absolutely.
That said, I haven't been here, at least on this side of the stadium, in a couple of years, and that's one of the better-looking high schools that I've been around.
Good job stepping in there. Trying to run under it. Looks like Jack Myers playing Nick. One more out here to the side, potentially.
Oh, they almost connected that pass. It still won the ball.
Yeah. And that was Cyrus making that run. They're looking for the outside back
Yeah,
to run
really
under the
nice
ball.
pass, and great for Nick to see him come in on the backside, and Jack getting the ball across over to Nick, and Dan Cuddy always talks about how Nick and Jack seem to have a very good rapport, and that was a good example of it right there of how they were able to see each other coming on different sides of the field. And that was a nice pass there through to Connie.
Out into space.
Yeah, St. Clair's sticking with that 3-back formation that they've been running all year. That actually kind of sets up a little better for a narrow field like this. So I know after the loss at Peters, there was a lot of discussion about whether or not they'd stay with that, and so far it looks like they will.
Yeah. Well, like you said, on a field like this, they can cover a lot more sideline to sideline with just the 3 of them.
We're almost 5 minutes in here at the game, and no real shot as yet. Saw Evan Jakovac releasing that ball to the outside up to Cyrus Connie.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Dave. I'm not a big fan of the toboggan, especially when it's not that cold out.
He might be in trouble for October games. It's great to see. I feel like he's had a lot more confidence back there playing the ball. It's really great to see Evan doing that.
It's one of the big question marks coming into the season that he hadn't seen the field that much the first couple of years, and he's done a nice job here so far in the first 3 games. Yeah, this Mount Lebanon team lost a lot of seniors off of last year's team, and that was a really good team. That they were the regular season section champions, and then ended up as a Whippeal finalist, and then actually made it as far as the state semifinals last year. And so, but they've lost, I believe, 9 seniors off of that team. A couple of really good players. I think 3 of whom are still playing in college. So it's a lot to replace.
Yeah, it's a tough thing about high school soccer. You don't have the same dynasties. When you get good, you lose a lot of those players. I like the start we're getting tonight. I feel like we're possessing the ball much more than we did against Peters on Tuesday already.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. A lot of so far this half's been played down at this end of the field, which J.J. Cuddy with a little bit of a push there. Not really sure what that was about. That was the old kick it off the shin trick, That's in U7 soccer. It's one of the first drills that you have to learn when you get pinned to get up against the line, huh? And there goes Ben. And he releases
There's an outside back running down the line.
Oh, that's a nice ball. Nice little sequence there. Ben releasing the ball out to Tyler Reamer, and he getting it across. And that's something that we haven't seen these last couple of games is Tyler or our outside wing backs threatening the corner, getting to the baseline, and then turning the ball back in and across the face of the goal.
Strong tackle there, the referee let go. Deep in your own end, you can get away with a little bit more.
Really hard tackle by J.J. Cuddy. And here comes Zach Nellis, and Ben back diving with a
great
tackle.
play from behind. Ooh.
They're going to get a corner out of that. Still, that was, a dangerous situation. J.J. had committed up in the field a little bit early, and then the ball came through to Zach Nellis. And, Zach's probably their best player on the field right now. He's an all-section kid last year. He plays cup soccer with a bunch of these other kids, but, he's a pretty solid soccer player. And if you got a clean look at it, you got to feel like he would have scored it.
Played the long ball, great job shielding the ball over there to lead to a goal kick. Can't see who that was. Is that Nick Tanner? Maybe
Nick
coming
Tanner.
back defending the corner. There you go. And you wonder if this is now the regular starters coming in to replace some of the seniors.
Yeah, I think you're right. Just looking at some of the kids there, Liam Byrne, number 10, Zach D'Alessandro, number 5. Those are pretty solid players that I would expect to have been starting normally. It's still a great opportunity for seniors to get an opportunity to start, and particularly against a rival
Absolutely.
like St. Clair. You just want them to have that opportunity.
If you're going to start a game at Leba, there's no better than Upper St. Clair. A little mini break here.
Looked like a potential breakaway situation there. There's at least a 3-on-3 going with Shankar up the middle. Gosh, you really can get pinned up against the sidelines here really quickly,
Absolutely.
That was a good idea by Nick Tanner there.
Good run into space. Yep.
And JJ with a long ball sent in. I'm not a big fan of those sort of random balls up into the box, unless you really see somebody making a run on the opposite side. You've got possession. Keep it.
Yeah, it can be tough to lead to something playing it from that far out.
Right.
Ooh, great aggressive play by Evan coming off his line there. Oh, he's
Great
out of the box.
Yeah. It's hard to tell from up here, huh? Oh,
like you were saying
this is
before,
just
it's
a
tough to see
mental-
the lines here on this field.
Yeah, that's just a
didn't-
unlucky mistake.
he didn't
kinda
realize where
lost
he
his
was,
place.
yeah.
And now he's got to defend a direct kick, handling the ball outside of the box. Yeah, these lines are hard to see, but I mean, you still got to be aware of where you are on the field, no doubt. And that is blocked by Ben
I did a
Bakdyan.
great job approaching it, yeah. Coming out of that wall aggressively, you got to be quick.
Yeah.
As soon as they touch it, you got to make that move right away. You did a great job there.
Well, you hope it hits you in the foot, but it
Yeah.
could hit you in the face,
It
right?
could, yeah. I like to see a switch fields like that. Look at the space when you change directions.
There you go. I like the way that JJ takes the space at that point.
Absolutely. And there's that long ball to the outside back coming
Yep.
down. That's exactly, we've gotten a lot of our pressure so far this season.
I've always been a big believer. It's easier to play soccer down in your offensive end than your defensive end. I mean, most of the stuff that can happen down there is pretty good. This is where Jack's dangerous. You know, he's so low to the ground. He's got good ball control, and he starts going one direction versus the other. And you know, you talk to some of the bigger backs that have to defend him, and there's just nothing to push on because he's so low to the ground.
And he turns in tight spaces. He's created several opportunities so far this season.
Absolutely.
With 2 or 3 defenders on him.
This is, you know, Ben's got to adjust the length and the depth of his service. You know, he's got to know that this is a short corner, and so you can't give it the same sort of kick that you normally do. That was an unlucky play for Zach, but St. Clair's going to get a nice free kick out of it.
Yeah, it's a nice opportunity.
Almost 13 minutes in so far.
I'd like to see this dropped right in the far post. You can see J.J. Cuddy making a run right now there. There's a well-played ball, I think, by Ty. You want to see that dropping down the far post with somebody
Yeah.
running toward the goal.
Again, you know,
A
that's
little long.
All of these balls that have come in from the outside have been deep, you know, and I think that you just got to get your spacing a little bit better, and you got to understand sort of what the size of the field is. That's quite a battle they've got going on down there, huh?
You like to see those in a good Mount Lebanon Upper St. Clair contest. You got to battle every once in a while.
Oh, nice
turn.
nifty move. I think we're going to get a corner out of it. Oh,
Good job.
nice play by the defender to save a corner there. Oh, what a throw.
Yeah.
He almost got it over to
Almost to get it
Sabarzo.
over. Yeah, absolutely. That's a different weapon on this field. It's almost like a corner kick.
It's better than a corner kick. You get better placement, can control it a lot better. There you go.
That's a nice step there by Sohan.
That's a nice ball. Yeah, it's just sort of an awkward situation for the back to find himself in. You know, I suppose I've seen other kids who, you know, would approach that and try to shield, but, you know, that's the risk of you losing that battle and giving up a really easy cross is too great. Oh, what a save.
Great save by Evan. I think cleared out of danger by Max Foldnier. It looked like got a leg to kick it out of bounds.
Yeah, that might have been Zach D'Alessandro with the header that comes across, and then, you know, Evan was just sort of wrong-footed and was able to tip it away. There you go. What a header. Zach D'Alessandro. Zach's one of the best athletes that, are in this area at this time. He plays baseball. He's a really good basketball player. And, he just out-jumped everybody on that back side, on that back post. And, that's an example of the ball coming down in the right space. All of our other services that we've seen from both sides have been deep on the other side. That's a hard ball to head back into the net. And that one was right on the post.
And able him to run through it, which makes a huge difference.
Right. So St. Clair finds itself down 1-0, 16 minutes into the first half. And see how they react.
Good job stepping on that ball by Cyrus. I have a feeling that should have been an Upper St. Clair throw, and the Mount Lebanon player ran back to defend his own goal after the ball went out of bounds. That's usually a pretty good sign. That must be a new rule this year. That's the second game in a row that hit the referee, and then they got the ball back after it happened.
It is a new rule. They used to just play him as if he was just part of the field, and now, they're doing that drop ball. Let's see what happens here. I tell you what, Mount Lebanon is not afraid to kick the ball out of bounds.
But we do get a chance here. You can throw this ball to the center of the goal on this field. No, we threw it short instead.
They kind of lost the ball there. Let's see if we can keep it in. Ball's kicking around.
Feet, top of the box.
Nick Tanner's got it. Oh.
That's a good job. He's getting a leg in front of it by the Mount Lebanon defender there. Looked like Nick had turned the corner, maybe created an opportunity.
Yeah. It's just one of those situations, if you can find an opening and get it through, then there's an opportunity to score, just because the goalkeeper can't react that quickly. It's shot that close. Yep. St. Clair comes in with 3 subs. We've got David Goldberg, Anderson Ladaris, and Jack Cassidy in. So 2 forwards and our right wing back are now new.
Lebanon did a great job connecting several passes there to create an opportunity down that wing.
Yeah, this is a critical time here. They've got to defend this threat down at their end now. I think giving up a goal now would be really tough. Although they were down 1-3 at the half to Baldwin, and so they've had the experience of being down and persevering and pushing through, but certainly not a position they like being in. I know it's not a position I like being in. Oh, that was dangerous.
It was dangerous.
Yeah, you had
a bit of a missed kick that ended up with them going to goal.
Soham missed the header, and then Max missed the clear, and you had 2 Mount Lebanon kids with nothing between them and the goal. There's that D'Alessandro kid again. Way to bring it down.
Great touch. Dave's going to get a touch on it. He did.
He does, but he loses control. Good little bounce. Can he get it across? Finish. Ah! And Ladarius finishes it. Two sophomores, or a sophomore and a junior. David Goldberg to Anderson Ladarius. He whiffed on the first shot, and then he buries the second one. We're knotted up 21 minutes in. What do you think about that, Dave?
That was a great job by David Goldberg, winning that 50-50 ball, getting the ball rolling toward the end line.
You know, he benefited from a lucky bounce, and then Ladarius whiffed on the first shot, stayed with it, and then just buried the next shot. Great play by St. Clair.
I guess you have your answer for how are they going to respond. That's what you like to see, right?
Well, you know, you'd like to see them keep the pressure on. You know, you'd like to see them play with some urgency at all times. You know, you didn't get that sense they were playing with any urgency over at Peters, and you know, maybe that woke them up a little bit. But you know, these are nice kids. You know, so they're not angry, they're not mean, but you'd like to see them respond with a little bit of compete level.
Nice one, too, by Mount Lebanon, the far sideline, but Tyler Reaman did a good job, at least kicking it out of bounds to end the threat. That's a shift. Dick Tanner started it up front. He's now moved back to the outside back over there on the left side for Ty Reamer.
Oh. Liam kind of just lost his place on that. You know, I'm not really sure what that back pass was at that point.
I think he just lost a little direction, those long legs, when he tries to turn and pivot.
That's
it can be
understandable.
Tough to turn around.
You know, at 6'5", that's a height that I'm unfamiliar with.
Probably I wish I could say I knew what it was like.
And we're seeing some new faces here. Some kids playing some new positions as well. And Zach was just a little aggressive on that header. I think Ben sold it well.
I'd say, Ben, take advantage of the contact if you can. Let those arms fly out a little bit. It's never a bad thing if you feel the contact in your back. I'd like to see us collect a little more possession. It seems like it's starting to shift a little bit to the Mount Lebanon side.
Yeah, you know, it always seems at the beginning of each half, we do a really good job of probing and trying different entry points into the formation, and then as the game gets a little bit longer and people get a little bit more tired, you know, we revert back to this long ball and two-level passes. And, you know, when you look at how this team has scored historically, not only, you know, this year but last year, you know, there's just not a lot of goals that are good examples of us taking the ball up 2 levels on a pass, connecting the pass, and then scoring. Most of this comes from, you know, services in the same level into the box, as well as just combinations run between midfielders and forwards right outside the box. You know, these kids are not particularly big, but they are very skilled. So, you know, if they're able to control the ball and pass, make short passes to each other, that usually creates chances. This is a good situation here for Mount Lebanon with a free kick just outside the 25-yard mark.
Yeah, this is close enough if you have options. You can play it across as a cross, or you can go right to goal with it. Played the cross. Oh, that almost turned into a shot on goal.
Yeah, you had to know that that was going to be, well, for somebody that knows Abelardo, he knows he's a left footer. The way that he was approaching the ball, you had to know that that was an in-swinger, not likely something that was going to be a shot attempt. But it almost turned into one. Yeah. Did you see what happened?
I didn't see it. It must have been a foul after he delivered the pass to out to the wing.
Let's go, White!
I hate those fouls. I mean, they're so unnecessary. The ball's gone. Let's see if the keeper makes a save here. There you go. And we're transitioning quickly. Just an aggressive pass. David Goldberg just had one more step to get to it.
It's still too much, but that's trying to start the ball down the wing. Like you said, we create all our opportunities.
There you go. That ball got it. You know, he missed the first bounce, and just that little bit was enough to get it out of bounds.
You just want to get that quick touch when it comes by. You get the first touch
you know,
on
settle
it
it down. He had enough time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I saw much there.
It's two guys battling for the ball, I would agree.
Yeah. You know, maybe some had to grab a fistful of shirt there, but sure didn't look like it from this angle. I think that's going to go over the end line. Yeah.
You're talking about the offensive chances. I think we've done a great job this year of the striker is back to the goal we're attacking, but receiving it and playing off, like you said, to the midfielder coming right around the outside.
And that's the kind of combination, that's the kind of pass that, you know, we need to see more of. I mean, that's where a lot of our opportunities and chances have gotten started. And, you know, we just need to see more of that.
It looks like they did bring Ty back into that left back and move Nick back up front in the last substitution.
St. Clair having a hard time finding the ball here. Nice play by Abelardo, taking it off of Curley.
Yeah, it was a nice play with an outside back from Mount Lebanon. I thought he was kind of trapped in there. He did a good job turning the corner.
Yeah. Looks like Ron Wilcher is still actively coaching as part of the Mount Lebanon staff. He's a longtime coach here and helping the new coach Aaron Panchik out.
He's been here so long. I played against Ron Welcher when he was coaching Mount Lebanon.
It's amazing he's still alive, huh?
It is. Modern medicine.
Oh, what a
There's the
nice
ball
touch
down
by
the
J.J.
wing.
Cuddy. Again, that's that hopeful ball.
Yeah, I'd like to see us put pressure on that back, go right at him, and make a decision.
I don't understand. And the team 2 years ago, the section championship team that St. Clair had, one of the great things that they did, their players, is that they attacked the end line. And if you get that ball just down on the end line, such a dangerous spot with the ball coming back into the box. It is nearly impossible to defend.
Couple quick touches. I thought Mount Lebanon might have gotten away with a push there. It looks like they put the hand right in the back of David Goldberg as he was shielding it there.
Just a little bit of an errant pass from JJ there. And they gave that to the White. That must have come back off of Curley. That's Zach Nellis. He goes by Curly because of his hair. At least that's what I've always assumed. That seemed like that should have been a foul on Nick right there.
Yeah, it seemed like he came in from behind.
Especially after they weren't able to maintain possession.
This is a very dangerous spot to have that kick. I think we're fortunate where they placed it. I think it might have been up about 4 or 5 yards from where it is. Although I'm not sure. I thought the foul further up the field was. I'm not sure that Liam got any of his ankles on that or hooked him.
No, but it's the same sort of technique that we gave up the first goal at Peters, sort of stabbing at the ball instead of squaring up and playing defense. That's a nice save, but it gets away from him, and that Lebanon scores. Listen, it was a hard shot. It got away from Evan, and listen, he'll get a lot of criticism for that play, but you didn't see the St. Clair defenders rushing back to go help him.
Right. You need somebody to help you out and clear it out of there.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very dangerous shot. It takes that skip off the turf. It'd be tough for the goalie to bring it in.
It was a tough save, and like I said, he didn't get any help. Those guys ran free, and credit Mount Lebanon for crashing the nets. Let's see what Upper St. Clair can do now. Down again by a goal. 7 minutes left in the first half. He threads that ball through there. Let's see what Cyrus can do with it.
All right, put enough pressure. It forced the Mount Lebanon defender to play it out of bounds for a throw-in. I really like to see us bring somebody up here. I know we have to have a player that can throw this ball like a corner kick right in the middle of the goal. Take advantage of this field. It's the communication here.
You know,
Evan out on the 30-yard line. One of the defenders I would like to see step up to that ball.
Coach Schneider's up there yelling at the defense end at Evan. I mean, for just reason. I mean, they've got to be able to communicate a little bit better. Mount Lebanon is screaming for a foul there, but I don't think that was.
I agree. Quick counterattack by Upper St. Clair. Like to see Ben turn the corner. I think he's got it. There we go.
That was a threat. You know, he just needed a little bit more space. If that keeper doesn't come out, he's got it slid across to Jack Myers or maybe even scores it himself. Oh, and we lose control of the ball. Oh, that's so frustrating. We better get back.
Quick count. It does look like we brought our numbers back. We outnumber them now.
No. Bring it down. And Evan collects that one. That was a collision. Mount Lebanon not happy with that call, but it did look like the defender climbed over the back of Abelardo. You know, it's easy to do. You know, he goes about 5'5", so. Ben back down with the delivery. Where's that ball going to go?
Just ekes over the end line.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit back into that long ball. I'd like to see the connection passes we've been talking about. Send somebody down a wing, let us carry into some space.
Exactly. We got about 3 minutes left in the half here. Still down 2-1. Oh, you know, the defender probably should have just let that ball go. You know, I think if he lets it go, it goes over the end line and they get a goal kick. But I think it's just a little miscommunication there with what Ben and Jack were trying to do there.
A little uncertainty in that overlap is all.
Yeah. Things are getting a little chippy there with the benches talking to the players. And nifty little move. Let's see what Jack does with this. He kicks it out to Abelardo. Again, you know, I just don't understand that pass. You know, he's not eyed up a guy and, you know, a helpful ball into the box with no one there to receive it. You know, and he wasn't under pressure either. He's got an overlap. A little bit late. I tell you, that Zach D'Alessandro is just an athlete.
Dangerous ball down the wing.
So Liam needs to shield that ball. You know, he's running, he's got the advantage, and he's bigger. He has got to create some space, stop, and make the defender go through him. But you kick up the ball and you give up a throw that deep in your zone. I mean, that's not a smart defensive play. There you go.
Run through, that could be a chance.
Yeah.
Jack was almost able to turn the corner there. I do feel we're doing a much better job getting the head balls. We're not letting the ball bounce on our end. That's been a problem we've had this year.
For sure.
On that throw in, on some of the goalie kicks.
Deep throw into the box. Ball's bouncing around. Well, I got to say, you know, pretty disappointed in sort of how this team has performed in this half. You know, down 1-2, giving up the goals that they have. Let's see if Reamer can get one by the end. Now, you got to get a shot off. You know, you hear the announcer counting down the seconds in the half. And so we go to half. Mount Lebanon 2, Upper St. Clair 1.
Both teams are ready, so they'll start the second half a few minutes early here. Mount Lebanon will start with the ball, ahead 2-1 against Upper St. Clair. Looking for USC to come out with a little urgency. Looking to possess the ball, cut down the space for Mount Lebanon.
Yeah, they've got their work cut out for them coming up here. Oh. Just what a bad release. Now let's see if
Tough
JJ.
kick.
There you go. Look
Shield
at
it.
him. That's.
Got
So
lucky there. I think he had 3 people there.
Yeah, but you see what JJ did there. You know, he threw in a fake and he got the guy to bite. You know, he just needed to get his body a little bit better position between the defender and the end line to let it go out.
Jack Myers is very confused trying to figure out how Mount Lebanon got that ball, it looks like.
Well, he would join a very large crowd on this side of the stadium. That's a nice touch there by Abelardo, getting the ball outside.
It was
still
great
retaining
space. An
possession.
unlucky touch there up the wing.
And then there they go. You know, they are all finding their players in the middle of the field. And Mount Lebanon's excited about that one. I think that was just 2 kids getting their feet caught up from one another. Oh, that was dangerous.
Yeah, oftentimes you see that ball played too far back to the goalie where he can catch it. Did a good job of holding it up.
I mean, it was a pretty good. It was a very good service. You know, just in sort of a dangerous part of the box.
Like that switch, creating space. JJ take the space. It's a little too far for Jack Meyer in that
and
run.
you know, there again, that's another example of that sort of 2-level pass. That, you know, you're skipping over the midfield and, you know, we're just not able to connect it. You know, if it's not accurate and we don't receive it well, we lose control of the ball and the ball gets sent back. And then here they come back again. They turn the ball over now.
There's an outside
Reamer's
back
got the
making
ball
that
across.
run.
Now, that's a call I don't understand.
I just pointed the wrong direction.
Oh,
That makes a little more
yeah.
sense. Yeah, I would agree with you.
I mean, Curley was all over Abelardo's back, and it would have been really hard to figure out how Abelardo would get called for a foul there. Yeah.
Come on, Maxie!
Max seems unsure with what to do here. Let's see if we can keep the ball. Nice shot. All right, Ty Reamer takes a rip just wide.
Again, that was a play with the striker was back to the goal, playing it back to somebody who can run over top of it, take a full swing at it.
A lot of ball bouncing around out there.
Pinball.
See if Reamer can collect this and hold it. Or he gives it to back Diane in a tough little spot. Just not able to control the ball. You know, what you saw there, you know, Ben stopped his feet, you know, and so, you know, Ty receives the ball and he's got to expect Ben to be continuing on the line that he's going on, and then Ben's not there. Oh. I didn't see what happened to Ty there, but he
awkwardly
hurt.
ran into the Mount Lebanon player. You could tell what he.
Yeah.
As soon as the contact happened, he was uncomfortable.
Let's hope it's just that he got the wind knocked out of him. It kind of looks out of him. Yeah. Yeah, you can just tell by the look on his face what he's doing.
Couple minutes discomfort, he'll be able to come back in the game.
That ball's going to go out of bounds. All right, 5 minutes in. Still Mount Lebanon 2, Upper St. Clair 1. That's a nice kick by Evan. You know, but there's one Upper St. Clair guy and 3 Mount Lebanon kids.
Nick trying to turn the corner, create a dangerous opportunity. Looked like a tackle from behind the Mount Lebanon player might have gotten away with.
Well, I know in the senior introductions they talked about that number 25 being the fastest kid on the team, so it's probably not somebody that you really want to try to attack and outrun with speed. Again, no movement there on the throw-in. You know, it just feels dead in this stadium, and you don't hear any of the chatter from the players. That is a field goal wide by J.J. Cuddy. You know, that's another hopeful ball.
It is.
We've got to win that ball.
First to that ball, yep.
Yeah, we've got to win that ball. Yeah, there's just no energy right now on the Upper St. Clair side.
Come on, USC!
You know, this was the case also, you know, if you remember at Baldwin, those guys were super amped up to play Upper St. Clair. Peters just had a lot more energy, you know, and we just looked flat. You know, I don't know if it's, you know, sort of shell-shocked at what the actual situation is, or maybe that's just the personality of the team.
Yeah, sometimes you like to see a little bit more of a mean streak going in.
Yeah.
Not to hurt, but go in and really get the ball.
You know, they're not playing like they're a goal down. Oh, Nick Tanner gets the ball taken off of him. And we got a lucky bounce there. Oh, and he loses the ball. That looked like it could have been a foul.
Yeah, tackle from behind.
Yeah.
Really should be.
Again, you can just tell, you know, Lebo's really excited right now, and you're just not getting much. Shield.
That's the play we're looking for down there on that end line.
Much better by Liam on that. All right, let's see if we can bring the ball down and go. We've got numbers. If we can just get the ball across. Just
close to an opportunity there. Yeah.
You know, you had everybody forward. You just needed to get the ball across. That's a good ball. Oh, and that looked like a little bit of a shove there after the ball was gone.
It absolutely did. He was upset about not getting to the ball for that
Yeah.
goal and took it out of Max.
And it looks like J.J. Cuddy is fine. It took quite a spill. You know, the goalkeeper was doing what he needed to do and really come and challenge that ball. And good clear by David Goldberg. You know, we're just not winning the ball in the middle of the field right now. You can just sort of feel there's a lot more excitement and passion right now on the Mount Lebanon side than there is from Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, I'd say the players on the field and the players on the bench is a difference right now.
Yeah, you know, they're just into it a little bit more.
Come on, USC!
There you go. Nice play by Nick Tanner. You know, it's not easy to out-hustle Zach D'Alessandro, but he just did that. And again, you know, just not sure what that's trying to accomplish.
Get a touch on it.
And here we come back again. You know, the midfielders have got to come back and present themselves to the backs. You know, and I was just looking at that play. You know, some of it has to do with the midfielders making sure that they are available for a pass. Wow. You know, Jack Myers gets his legs taken out from underneath him and gets the call against him. I'm not sure that I saw the same thing.
Yeah, I'd agree. It was nice, though, to see them. They skipped that two-level pass you've been talking
Yep.
about. That's the opportunity we create when we do that.
Nice tackle by J.J. Cuddy. Oh, but he gets pushed off the ball. There he goes. He stays with it. Let's see if we can control it. There you go.
Into space.
Nice.
Take that space.
All right.
Put some pressure on that defender.
Oh, you know, we can't get that one last pass in the final third on. There you go. You know, listen, that's another good move. You know, I don't know if the guy actually was strong enough to push JJ down. I mean, JJ's a pretty strong kid, but sometimes you have to sell the foul.
And by setting that strong base ahead of time when you're shielding, it plays up the fact that you got run into.
Oh, that's a
tackle from behind.
That was a tackle from behind.
That should be a card, kicking it after the whistle.
It's a free kick from about the 30, probably just outside of the range where we want to make this a shot.
Yeah, you know, but it's close enough that the keeper has to defend it. You know, Jack's really good on the placement of this ball, so let's see whether it's a shot or it's a connection, and he's trying to connect it. Ben saves it. Nope, it went over the end of the line. That was a pretty dangerous ball. You know, we just didn't get anybody in.
The looper on the far post is what you want. I thought the Mount Lebanon defender did a great job shielding there, which we've been talking about.
Yeah, Cyrus is there. Just ball was just a little bit too high, but overall not too bad of a threat. Not sure who the ball went off of there. Oh, just mistimed his jump. It's Cassidy with the ball. Let's see if Ladarius can pick it up. No.
They give it back to us. Let us reset.
He's got Reamer coming across. There's Cyrus.
Able to go right back to
playing
goal.
the ball. No.
He played across the field.
Here we go. See if we can get the ball across. Get it across. Take a shot. No. Partially deflected. You know.
Partially deflected. It's tough to get much on, and the ball comes right underneath your feet. You can't really generate the momentum. Need the ball just slightly in front of them.
You know, and this is Mount Lebanon's second-string goalkeeper. You know, their goalkeeper tonight, their usual starting goalkeeper, is hurt. And so, you know, we just have not tested this goalkeeper as much as we need to. And that's a good tackle by Jack Cassidy.
Great hustle coming back.
Oh, and we just lose the ball.
Unfortunate. Good job turning it the other way. Dangerous 50-50 from Max Fultonier. Great job shielding the ball.
And now, look, our midfielders are all staying high up in the field. No one, we had a throw in, and everybody is standing around. You know, and this isn't a particularly dangerous situation because of the length of the kick, but, you know, as you've seen some of these goal kicks, this number 26 got a pretty good leg on him. And now we have to defend. It's going to stay in.
Good job winning that in the air by Ty.
There you go. Good clear. Let's see if Jack
space
Cassidy
to Jack.
can collect
Making
this.
a run in this
He's
wing
got
out
Ben
here.
making a run beside him. If he can get past him.
Anderson
And he
down
finds
this wing.
Anderson Ladarius running this side. We've got to get up.
Like to see him reset here. Good job sticking with it.
Nice shot.
We did test the goalie.
That's not a bad shot. You know, we just didn't have anybody close enough to kind of get that second ball, but Ben Bakdine gets up a little slow from that. Let's see if we can win the ball. There you go. He does. There you go. Nice work by Cyrus Connie fighting for that ball.
We are starting to win some of these 50-50s, win the ball in the air. It's amazing. It changes the opportunities you have out here,
you
right?
know, the time just keeps dripping away, though. They need to be very, very urgent here in these last couple of minutes. Oh. You know, just a really big wind-up on that.
Use some of this space.
He's got the corner if he can get it there.
Take a corner.
Yep. Uwe's asking the ref why that wasn't a foul. You know, we did get a corner out of it, but, you know, these guys are making these tackles from behind the player. You know, it's just a dangerous play.
Come on, White!
Oh, nice header by JJ. Just a little high.
And that was a much better ball. We kept it short right in the penalty spot. That's where you want that ball coming down.
Let's go, White!
Only took him a half to figure it out. A half and a half. I'm not sure if that was to Abelardo or to Reamer moving down the sideline. That ball's going to go out of bounds. He's everywhere, I'm telling you.
He is everywhere.
Yeah.
Gets up, can really play it with the head.
Looks like Ben's trying to stretch out his calf. He maybe has a cramp. Oh, he gets scissored from 2 defenders, one from behind. At this point, I really don't understand how he's not pulled a call. This has been at least the 3rd or 4th time that one of these Mount Lebanon defenders has tackled a St. Clair player from behind, and we've got nothing from it. And this is how referees lose control of games, is that, they allow a couple of hard tackles, a couple of question ones, and until you give a card, you don't stop the behavior.
You leave to the players to retaliate.
Exactly. And inevitably, it's the kid, it's the team or the kid who was the innocent party is the one who gets the foul or the yellow card ultimately given to them.
Right.
We're about halfway through this second half. St. Clair desperately in search of a tying goal. We're just a half beat late with our passes right now. And the keeper should collect this easily. There you say Jack.
Another half.
What?
I don't know if the ball went out of bounds, if they called a foul, but
I think
I'm not
they
really
called
sure what.
Nick for coming in underneath after he jumped, although.
But Nick was
if
already
you-
in that
yeah,
spot.
if you jump, you're not coming down in the same spot. You
Right.
don't have the right to that space.
There is Zach Alessandro again. He just is everywhere.
It seems he gets about 2/3 of the head balls.
He
in the
wins a lot
midfield.
of those balls. And he takes a rip. Oh, my God. Wow. That would have been just terrible. And then they've just called Nick Tanner for a foul. You kind of sense the St. Clair Panthers losing their composure a little bit here. Oh. We got to get the ball down on the ground. Yeah, not like that. That's another foul. I'm
That's
surprised we
big.
didn't
That's
have
another one
called
from
there.
behind.
I mean, that was
They've
definitely a
consistently
foul.
let it go.
Yeah. We're getting pretty close to desperation time here for St. Clair.
Nice turn, create some space, look the other way.
Let's see if he can find somebody. Here's Nick Tanner coming
One more
across.
touch overlap.
Back to Soham. Just losing
that half
control
step,
of it.
yeah.
There goes Max. Oh, he was anticipating Cyrus moving up to him.
Come on, Max.
Let's see where he goes. We're going to lose it. Oh, wow. Oh. It's not a quality shot.
We're just looking for that last pass to create a dangerous opportunity. We got some good touches there back and forth, but nothing to put pressure on a defender.
No, and that's got to come from making runs. It's passing the ball and then following your pass, going into the empty space. I mean, when the ball goes, people's eyes follow the ball. And so if you had somebody marking you, they're not going to be following you generally. And so that's something that we've done in the past. Just haven't been doing a lot of this year, and you're not seeing it in this game either. And that was a great tackle by Zach Nellis.
Good job tracking back. A dangerous ball into the corner with Max Fultonier.
Yeah, Max is on him. Let's see if he can keep him out there. Right now you just kind of get this feeling that Coach Schneider's just trying to find different combinations. He's coming back with Reamer, who was literally just on the field, and with Anderson and Jack Cassidy. He's moving Max Fultonier a little further up on the field, see if we can get a little bit more speed and control on the outside. He's also moved Jack Myers up top, or out wide.
Out wide, yes.
That's just another example of the kids just not talking to each other, and we lose the ball. Oh, bad touch. Yeah, Ben's got to keep running on that line. Anderson expected him there, and he wasn't, and we turned the ball over because of it. Oh, dangerous ball. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Come on, somebody. Here we go.
We escape with the run. Mini break.
Let's see if Anderson can catch up to this. No, it's going to be out. No, he does.
He does
get
around
it.
The corner.
25 just ease up a little bit on it. And they're giving us a corner. No.
I
thought we were going to get a corner. Nope.
All right, hopefully that can light a spark. You like to see hustle from somebody like that.
Yeah, 13 minutes left to go in the game.
Want to see us be first to this ball, turn the pressure right back into their end.
There's that guy again.
Oh, come on!
The ref was just a little bit far away. I don't think he saw that deflect off of the Mount Lebanon player.
Come on, Mr. Referee.
He's got to control that ball a little bit better. I know it's a tough pass. It's a long pass. It's got a lot of pace on it. But at this point, we really need to get possession of the ball. It's a nice header over to Cyrus. Oh, and he tries to turn right into Curley. Really good positioning there by Zach Nellis. Oh, wow. Really tough play in the midfield.
Some space out to the wing for Jack Myers.
There you go.
Attacking, making that defender make a choice. Right. Plays it wide.
Can he get the ball across? No. Oh. Let's go. Oh, it looked like a bad tackle. It looked like he got his leg and not the ball there. You see, they're passing the ball back to the player who's filling the space. And now, oh,
Great save by Evans,
Yeah.
still on the doorstep.
We get a goal kick out of that.
JJ was able to play it off the Mount Lebanon forward there.
You know, you got to feel with 11 minutes left, you know, he's coming back with Abelardo and Nick Tanner. You know, this is kind of one final push here. They've got to get a goal here to level it up, at least during the second half, and, you know, maybe get this game to overtime. You know, I tell you, for all the fouls that have and haven't been called, I mean, that's one that I'd say is inconsistent with the level of play that we've had.
I would say we've
today.
talked about selling a call that
Right.
he did a great job of turning sideways and throwing his arms out and yelling. So it must have been hit, right? It's a dangerous ball there.
It is a dangerous ball. We got to find it. We got to find it. Can't make a foul. Can't commit a foul.
Good tackle.
I think Nick's going to get
Nick
this.
has
He's
some
got
space.
Abelardo.
1-on-2.
He's got Abelardo. Nick's got to lay that ball off. Let's see if Evan's going to come out and get this ball.
They're going to get into the box for him. He was able to save it, just barely snag it before he went outside the box.
Oh. Uh-oh.
That was a fortunate mistouch for us by the Mount Lebanon player.
They had a 3-on-2 situation, and we were just a little bit off balance. You know, we seem to be just dribbling one touch too many, can't get the ball to the next guy. Oh, Ben doubles Curley over with that move. But then we get the ball
Great
taken
snap.
away from us, you know?
Thought we were about ready to turn the corner.
Yeah. That's white ball. Again. 8:40 left in the game. Upper St. Clair trailing 2-1.
Again, these deep throw-ins can be like a corner. I'd like to see us take advantage of it, get us
Yeah.
across the goal.
You
Played
just
it short instead.
You just feel there is some desperation that's happening here now. You know, we've got a corner. Let's see if we can connect this one. Jack Myers is going to take this one. You know, listen, I mean, we got to get in the box in a hurry. We don't have a lot of time left at this point. It's another corner.
Oh, great ball to the far post. Tried to head it back to the near post.
Yeah.
Little unlucky.
Ben had a ball right in his head, and, you know, he was just wide with the shot, and that was enough for one of their backs to clear it, and ball bouncing around, just couldn't get another touch on it. You know. Let's see if we can collect
Get
this.
a touch on it. Max down that line.
Oh, nice touch to Nick Tanner.
Turn the corner.
Oh. You know, 26, he's been good all game at just cutting off that run and getting the ball out of bounds. Jack Myers asking for a handball.
You do finally feel the urgency, though.
Yeah.
In the Upper St. Clair team trying to make some.
Oh, Cyrus had a chance. You know, the ball just got on him really quick, and so I don't think he had a chance to figure out sort of how to touch it. But listen, I mean, that again, that's a example of Jack Myers threatening the end line and getting the ball down there. I mean, it's a dangerous spot for the ball to be.
It's a tough decision for the goalie. They don't know whether to play the cross or ready for a shot.
Well, you have to defend the near post for sure, but then that leaves the center of the field open. Oh, he gets absolutely destroyed by a couple of Mount Lebanon defenders. You know, Ben was trying to turn, and I don't think that the defenders noticed that, and they just absolutely ran over the back of him.
And this from about 25 yards out could end up, this could be a direct shot.
Yeah. I don't know if Jack's taking it, or Max is taking it, or Ben is taking it. Oh, that's not a good play. You know, they didn't fool anybody with that one. They did not fool anybody with that play. But you're right, there is some desperation right now. JJ's got to control this ball. That's going to be out. 5 minutes left in the game. It is truly desperation time for St. Clair at this point. See, that's a situation where the refs got to look at where that ball ends up, and you know that was what I thought was a bad tackle. You know, Mount Lebanon's screaming for it there, and you got to say, listen, if they let that other one go, they've got to leave that one.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
The 1-2, we didn't make the run.
You know, and there's really no need for that. You know, the ball was gone, and you know, now he's out for the rest of the game. I mean, it just was not a very smart play. You know, so he's got to sit for the rest of the half.
Don't throw something. Don't throw the bottle. I want to see you do it. Hey, shut up. Yeah, thank you.
Fans are getting a little chippy here right now.
We'll blame it on the COVID. It's getting everybody.
Now's the time to start possessing the ball.
Yeah.
You know, we just can't control the ball. Oh, you know, we had it there. Let's find a way to control the ball. You know, we've got to get a couple of shots off in these last 3 minutes. There you go.
Good job.
He's got
Jack
Jack Cassidy. Oh, we couldn't get it across. You know, he had the ball on his right foot. He needed to take one more touch and get it to his left, but I know that kid was closing really fast.
Half step there. I do like to see a switch field. Like a lot of times we put it back to where it came from. We did a good job creating space.
Quite frankly, I mean, this is sort of the advantage of this the narrow field is that you can pack a lot of players into in a very small amount of space, and it just becomes very hard to attack. And you know, we're finding that. Mount Lebanon hasn't made any mistakes that have given us any like quick, easy chances. Not sure I saw the foul there. St. Clair's got to turn around and play. You know, they need to win the ball. 2.5 minutes left. That's probably about the
Short
first
ball
miss
that'll
kick
help
that we've
us, yeah.
seen, yeah. That was the right call.
Yeah, I agree it was.
That's it. Get forward.
That ball is out of the stadium. You can just sense the desperation here. You know, the ball's not available. It literally was kicked outside of the stadium. You know, JJ collects it, keeps it in. All right, we've got to make one more push here. There you go. Hurry.
Creating an opportunity. One more wide.
You know, I think at the least, you know, they're going to have to figure out something else what to do from a organization standpoint, maybe a personnel standpoint. You know, I know Uwe doesn't like watching film, but I think you got to turn this on and sort of figure out, you know, why is it that we're not having more success? And, you know, that's another example of where, you know, we give up the field and give up the ball.
Down to 40 seconds of ball coming through.
Yeah. Now we're down to 30 seconds. Yeah. Down to the last 10 seconds.
Rocks the ball up.
This is going to be a very disappointing loss for St. Clair. Oh, and Jack Myers
got a shot off just in time.
And that's the game, folks. You know, a spirited effort there at the end, but St. Clair drops their second game in a row, and Mount Lebanon picks up their first win of the season. So, you know, I know a lot of kids are going to be disappointed with the result here, but, you know, they had a full half to go and level the game and just weren't able to do it. We'll get another look at these guys in a couple of weeks, but it's got to be an interesting couple of days for Upper St. Clair soccer and their practices. The only good thing about it is that next up we've got Brashear on Saturday.
It's going to be an interesting competitive season in the section, it looks like.
I think, you know, it's anybody's section at this point. So with that, we say good night, folks, and we'll see you at Brashear.